Fellas, AC here. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to talk about 10 unconventional hidden gems. Like everything, if you're a collector of books, clothes, whatever, some clothes, some books inadvertently, hide in plain sight because we're just not sort of attuned to look for them. And in this video, I'm going to bring to focus fragrances that are exactly like that. They have not been given enough limelight. At one stage they might have been. Now they have become a sort of a hidden gem. They're hiding in plain sight. They're absolutely amazing fragrances, but they're kind of out of favor, if you like, or outside the spotlight. And that's what I'm going to do in this video. Throw some spotlight on these unconventional hidden gems. All these fragrances are quite unconventional. They're not run-of-the-mill fragrances, so you may or may not like them. Hence, if you can, do sample them rather than blind buying them. So here we go. 10 fragrances, absolutely unconventional, total hidden gems. I'll start with, actually there are 11 here. I'll start with a fragrance which I recently reviewed, and when I reviewed it, I was quite stunned by the character of the fragrance. And it's a very well-known fragrance, but not nowadays. I don't have a full bottle yet. I'll get it soon. And this is Penhaligon's Halfeti. Penhaligon's Halfeti really is a sort of an oxymoron. Why? Because if you look at the notes, it says saffron, rose, oud, leather, cedar, and whatnot. And you smell this fragrance, wow. I only recently reviewed it. It smells so airy. It's based on black rose, which grows in a village in southern Turkey called Halfeti. But you smell this, the rose is so airy and sort of dry. The beautiful notes of saffron, amazing spices like cardamom, cinnamon, cedar, sandalwood, leather. These notes all create a beautiful oriental experience, but this oriental experience is more attuned to Western noses rather than Eastern perfumery. The fragrance smells very Western. It's not Middle Eastern smell, in spite of having all those notes. And it's a beautiful, beautiful composition. It is very complex. It changes a lot. It evolves a lot. And it'll keep you interested. The only thing which is a downside, probably for some, is that it doesn't have a huge amount of projection. And when it doesn't have that kind of projection, it lasts on your skin and your clothes for a long, long time. And the prices in some nations is quite exorbitant, in excess of $200 for 100 ml. Here in the UK, I've seen it for less than £100 for 100 ml. At that price, this is a steal. It smells absolutely exquisite, beautiful, complex perfumery. Halfeti, worth its weight in gold. And it's so unconventional. There's nothing in my collection apart from one Assassi which smells like this. It's tremendous. Very, very well made fragrance. Next on my list is the only fragrance in this list which has not been reviewed yet. And I'm loving this fragrance. This is a Lalique. And Lalique produces brilliant fragrances at affordable prices. Ombre, Noire. I tell you, this fragrance, wow. This fragrance is a very unusual take on a couple of things. One is, this is a boozy, woody fragrance, oriental spicy, boozy. And it combines with a top layer of a beautiful fig leaf note. Fig leaf has lactonic tones, fruity tones, green herbal tones. It really wins you over. There's also smokiness here. Smoky, spicy, fruity, green, boozy. It is incredible how this fragrance has been composed. A lot of, complexity here. And the most important thing is it reminds you of 2 or 3 fragrances. For example, because of that woody, boozy note, it reminds me of Angel Chair. If angel share was to be combined with a green fig note and a fig leaf note and some spices, it would smell like this. And angel share has its own share of spices and vanilla as well. There's warmth and vanilla here as well. So this is basically an alternative to angel share with green herbal notes of fig. Tremendous fragrance, extremely creative, well made, tremendous value for money. Ombre Noire. Couldn't have recommended this highly enough. I'll review this very soon. Next in the list is a fragrance which is a reincarnation of a real classic. The classic is Chanel's Monsieur, which was released back in 1955. This one is Chanel Monsieur Eau de Toilette Concentree. This is discontinued now, and what is available is Eau de Parfum, which is equally nice. So this is Jacques Polge trying to reimagine a classic men's fragrance created in the 50s. Chanel Monsieur. This is understated elegance. It is really fit for people who like to wear very fine clothes to work, or are businessmen or bankers, are slightly mature, 40 plus, and have a very polished way of going about things. It is one of the most nicest barbershop fragrances, which has been warmed up. This is amazing. Warmed up by fruitier notes like orange or popanax, vanilla. Ooh, this vanilla. It's really rich and boozy and deep. If you can't get hold of the Eau de Toilette Concentree, the original 1980s version, don't fret. Get the Eau de Parfum, which was created in 2014. Wow, this is amazing. 2014. It has more nutmeg, more spicy edge to it, more citruses, and also a terrific vetiver note in there. Eau de Parfum is amazing. And lavender, this lavender, I tell you, this lavender is French lavender. It's very airy. This fragrance is so overlooked. It is just like the Lalique. The Lalique is so overlooked that nobody hardly any talk about it. Same here. This fragrance is incredibly under the radar. Wow. Complete hidden gem. And I've done a full review. Do check it out. And as I said, if you can't get hold of the Eau de Toilette Concentree, get the Eau de Parfum. Next on my list is another Guerlain. Not another, the Guerlain. The only Guerlain in this line, because Guerlain fragrances are not hidden gems. This one is. This one is Guerlain Homme EDP. This one, it creates a note of kind of mojito. So mint, lime, green lime, and rum. Oh, wow. With beautiful herbal lavender. This is again one of those airy lavenders. Sunny, beautiful, bright. Wow. With floral notes and charisma. Ooh, there's charisma. This is sour, dense, resinous, thick mojito. With floral notes, absolutely polished. If you work in a white-collar job industry, in a prestigious position, prestigious company, and you hold a lot of meetings in small rooms, 3-4 members, you walk in wearing this, you will have the most amazing experience of your life. Absolutely polished. This fragrance oozes class. So it's in the same, this one, the Chanel Monsieur. They are basically fragrances which really amp up your style game, elegance game. And they're fragrances which are in the same ilk as Penhaligon's Sartorial, if you like that kind of fragrance, or Tiffany for men. So they have this classical touch, they have this boozy, refreshing touch, energizing, uplifting, very, very classy. This Parfum is criminally underrated. Nobody talks about it. I did 2 videos last year. One is the full review and the other one is a comparison to another classic, Prada Amber Parfum. Check it out. Very, very classy fragrance, I tell you. If you like classy, gentlemanly fragrances, These two fragrances, last two, will really appeal to you. No sweetness, amazing. And this is so cold at the moment. It's about sub-zero. And still this fragrance smells amazing. Absolutely amazing. The next fragrance on the list is a fragrance which is a take on, a creative take on Fahrenheit. And it is guilty of many things. I'll show you the bottle. This is Comme des Garcons, Pharrell Williams, Girl. Look at the presentation. And it says artist Kaws, Kaws. It's called Pharrell Williams, Girl. Obviously, it is after his album, Girl. But a lot of people think, oh, this is not for men. It says for boys and girls. You smell the fragrance and that's when you realize why this is such a hidden gem. It is incredible. It's like violet flower, iris. Two notes, two floral notes with vetiver, oak moss and wood, cedar, loads of cedar. So this is basically a very fresh, slightly sweet, slightly woody resinous take on Fahrenheit. And you can't escape it. You can smell Fahrenheit, but it's been encased in that sweet, woody, floral, grassy sort of, and remove the petroleum note of Fahrenheit. And you get a little bit of creaminess in this fragrance as well. Very interesting, very creative, and almost non-existent talk about this fragrance. Very creative, very understated, and really unconventional. You smell this fragrance again and again, you wear this again and again, you realize how artistic this fragrance is. The whole packaging is very true. It's a complete work of art. But people ignore this or overlook this because of its name. They get confused with girl. Maybe for women. It's not. It's for both. It's unisex. But it's more masculine than unisex. I tell you. You have to really try this fragrance. It used to be available for absolutely no money at all. I paid like 19 pounds for this. It's doubled up in price now. So we're talking about 40 to 50 pounds. And this is 100 ml. So I can't remember if this is 100 or 50. This is 50 ml, I think. I can't remember exactly. But I paid very little money for this. And it's doubled up in price. Next on my list is again a retake on an existing classic. The classic fragrance is Pasha de Cartier. And this one is a beautiful reincarnation of Pasha de Cartier. I don't have a full bottle. It's called Pasha de Cartier Parfum. Parfum is Pasha is sour aromatic fougere with sandalwood. Beautiful, sour, creamy sandalwood and fougere-like smell. So barbershop smell. And they have reinvented it. And here it is boozy, ambery, sour, great sandalwood with an intoxicating patchouli. It's like a fruity patchouli, sour sandalwood, original DNA of a fougere, barbershop fougere, and mixed with a brilliant golden amber. It's a terrific fragrance. I reviewed it when it came out. People talked about it. It's a gorgeous fragrance. And then suddenly all talk has died out about Pasha de Cartier Parfum. Try it out. You cannot go wrong with this kind of fragrance. It is an incredibly beautiful fragrance. Masculine, gloriously ambery and warm and very high quality. It's almost niche in concept and execution. Terrific fragrance. Next on my list is a very expensive fragrance, and I can probably tell you that this is one of the most delightful and one of the most mysterious fragrances in my collection. I do not have a full bottle yet. Recently reviewed it, and this is Clive Christian X. This fragrance is a tremendous take on Oriental fougere. There's some weird notes here, like rhubarb, paired with a very juicy pineapple with red pepper, bell pepper, I think, with iris, lavender, oak moss, wood, cedar, loads and loads of cedar, just like Pharrell Williams' Girl, loads of cedar. And it's been created by Giza Shun, who is famous for using synthetic materials. But not the problem, but the magic of this fragrance happens when you put it on. and you forget that you've got something on, and suddenly you smell something amazing, and you think, oh, okay, what's that smell? And then you realize it's your own smell. This fragrance is incredible. It's just mossy, fruity, spicy green elements that really confuses everybody, including myself. Whenever I wear this, I think, wow, what a smell that is. And then I realize it's my smell. And this is where I would say Aventus was born. This is a long, it's an old fragrance. It was released in 2001. This has those old, Aventus-like DNA. So fruity, pineapple, mossy green, woodiness, and florals like jasmine and iris. The idea, I think, was born here. It has this beautiful sort of oriental, the cinnamon as well. Absolutely exquisite cinnamon. So I'm not saying this smells like Aventus or Aventus completely borrowed it from here. But what I'm saying is the idea, the composition was probably born here. It is an exquisite fragrance. I have got a comparison video with a Middle Eastern fragrance called Ashar by Rasasi, which is more oody, more woody facet, more resinous. This fragrance is airy. It floats around like a beautiful essence, ethereal, and yet very long lasting. The only problem is it is eye-wateringly expensive. £400 for 50 ml, something like that. It's really crazy expensive, but it's worth it. If you have the dosh, if you have the money, go for it. It is totally unique. I haven't smelled many fragrances that smell like this. It is very high quality and it has enormous projection and performance. It is for people who have got loads of money, who probably drive a Ferrari or a Maserati to work, who are really successful businessmen or a Porsche. That sort of thing, you have loads of money, you're very successful, and you're not afraid of showing it off. This is a proper show-off fragrance. It smells very, very rich, amazing, and it's woody, and it really disperses off, even in really cold weather, beautifully. Next is equally show-offy. It is Italian style, extremely elegant woody scent. One of the most nicest woody fragrances out there. It is Acqua di Parma, Colonia, Quercia. Quercia in Italian means oak moss. But you smell this fragrance, this is nothing like the old oak moss. It is woody smell, completely reimagined, Italian style. It has a lot of sweetness to it. And the central note is not oak moss, but geranium. And that geranium is absolutely stunning. So rosy, watery, sweet woodiness with oak moss. And that woodiness is most probably cedar. And there is oak moss here, but it's very stripped off of all the smell that you get in the 70s and 80s. No, it's a stripped off oak moss. The most important thing here is how elegant this is. This is Italian elegance par excellence. This has been discontinued and it's been repackaged. Do sample it. But you smell this and you're hooked. There's a lot of ambroxan as well in this fragrance. So this is like Italian style or Acqua di Parma style sauvage done with loads of geranium and sweetness. Very, very fine fragrance. Nothing smells like this. It's the most unique smell I've smelled. Do test it out. It is also extremely elegant. You can wear this, anywhere. You can really show off when you wear this fragrance. Next on my list is an incense fragrance like no other. It's the most creative fragrance and it's been created by a complete maestro. His name is Mark Buxton. He's a master of cedar and incense and he has really poured his heart into this fragrance. It is second Comme des Garcons in this list, Comme des Garcons 2-man. Comme des Garcons 2-man. What can I say? It's cold incense to start with. It smells like it always takes me to Notre Dame, this fragrance. When I reviewed it, I had the picture of Notre Dame up. So for some reason, it takes me to Notre Dame. And it has this beautiful, shiny, woody smell, paired with juicy fruitiness, almost like, I think there's kumquat here as well, with grassy vetiver, beautiful white incense, smoky touch. touch smokiness, a little bit cold at times, with metallic woodiness, excuse me, metallic woodiness and creamy sandalwood. It's the most complex, unique, well crafted, beautifully executed, woody, smoky incense fragrance out there. If you don't like incense, don't go for this, because you get a lot of incense here. But that incense fades away and woods come up. So that's why I said it's the most amazing woody, incensey wood, or woody incense, whichever way you want to look at it. But incense comes first, and it's cold. When it warms up and becomes juicy and fruity as well, it's amazing fragrance. Absolutely amazing. Creative masterpiece. 2 left. So done 9. 2 to come. Next one is a tobacco fragrance like no other. It has no notes of tobacco, but it creates a smell of tobacco using cinnamon. It is one of the most beautiful, well-crafted fragrances out there. It is 1899 Hemingway by Histoire de Parfum. I recently reviewed it. It's compared to Spice Bomb, but I don't think it's Spice Bomb. It's probably a little bit of Spice Bomb in there, but this is more around creating a sensational experience around cinnamon and iris. This is the thing. Iris brings so much radiance and so much mystery and so much beauty to this fragrance. It's a beautiful tobacco fragrance. It has tremendous performance, slightly sweet, slightly sour, slightly balsamic, I should say, woody, radiant, gorgeous fragrance, absolutely gorgeous, with tremendous performance and presence. If you like your fragrances to have a tremendous amount of X factor, go for this. There's nothing out there which smells like this. There are many that try to do this. For example, Rehab's Initio, Spice Bomb doesn't have the legs to match up with this, but this stands alone in terms of how wonderful it smells, and it's really high quality. I've left the best to the last. It's one of the most dominating fragrances out there. Recently reviewed it. Let me show you the fragrance. It's called Private Label by Jovoy, and look at the presentation. And by the way, this bottle is a crystal bottle, not a glass bottle. You get a lot for your money. It is one of the nicest, not nicest, it's the most amazing and mysterious fragrances out there. As I said in my review, if you want to let the boss out of you come out and really project the image of a serious boss, this is what you should be wearing. It's a very broody, dominating or domineering, indomitable kind of a fragrance. The image is amazing, you know, the true boss. It's mostly woods, smoke, leather and patchouli, and all of those notes, and papyrus, and all of those notes create a magical mystique, more mysterious person with immense amount of power and influence, and obviously a lot of capabilities, a lot of skills. That's the image this fragrance presents. There is absolutely nothing in my collection or to my scent memory that smells like this. Absolutely nothing. It's bitter, it's sweet, slightly boozy, leathery, smoky, earthy, woody, all at the same time. The uniqueness is so immense. I could talk about this fragrance all day. And it's a true hidden gem. Nobody mentions or talks about this fragrance. This house is incredible. I've reviewed 3 from this house now. All 3 fragrances are absolutely 9 or 10 out of 10 kind of range. I gave this a very conservative 8, but you should try it. But this is for fragrance for people who are really bold, not afraid to show off or project an image. So, I'm hoping you really enjoyed this list of 10 very unconventional hidden gems. And do let me know if you have any questions in the comment section. Take care. Bye-bye. One thing before I go. Do like the video and do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Take care. Bye-bye.